Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Surviving Infidelity, where OP's cheating girlfriend is now whining because she's getting kicked out. Let's begin. The audacity of this woman. Posted by Reddit user Wacky Molerat.
Me and my girlfriend of 8 years split up last month. It's been a difficult couple of years for our relationship. There was infidelity, couples therapy, depression, trust issues, etc. that plagued our relationship during the last half of our relationship. I definitely broke her trust by lying repeatedly, but I never stepped out of the relationship. We were best friends the year we got together, good friends for years before that. I told her all of my past, my history of being cheated on and being second best in relationships, my trust issues that leveled my self-esteem, etc. She still cheated on multiple occasions. She had crushes on our mutual friends. I'm back at square one with my trust issues, but I learned a lot in the relationship. For one, I'll be more aware of red flags going forward. I won't let my love blinders keep me from seeing something that is problematic and calling it out. I'll be more assertive in what I want out of my significant others and communicate that better. I won't be the last person to find out that my partner is being unfaithful. This relationship also broke my optimistic view on love. I won't view the next person I date as my soulmate, but rather a potential soulmate. Love takes work, it's not a guarantee. I can't claim someone for life without putting in the work to build that love over time, letting it evolve and grow as needed. As previously stated, I'm back at square one with my trust issues. I've clawed my way back to trusting before, so I can do it again. This will take work on my part and soul searching, but I will get there. If you're reading this and you've been cheated on before or recently, just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Trust issues can be worked out, it just takes diligence and self-love. Don't blame yourself for being duped or staying in a relationship too long. You had good intentions and some people aren't meant to be faithful. We have to find the people who will be faithful without fail. The only way to do that is to patch yourself up and get back out there. Happy healing, everyone. And now for OP's update. She cheated on me multiple times. I finally got the courage to tell her she's got to move out. She's been staying at the house for 21 days since I told her she's got to go. She keeps mentioning that I have other places I could go and stay with family. And it wasn't fair to kick her out because she has to move back in with her family in an uncomfortable situation.
Like a little bitch.
Why would that be something that bothers me anymore? She's made her decision to step out and now she's facing the consequences of her actions. I can't keep taking blame anymore for shit she does. Your actions are on you, dude. No one put a gun to your head and told you to be a hussy. You decided and now I'm deciding on staying here alone. Actions have consequences. I hope she gets the self-awareness to realize that all of this is on her and her alone. If you only have one person who's supportive in your life and you kick that out from under you, whose fault is it when you faceplant? Edit. Just wanted to address that we rent month to month, so evicting her is probably not an option. I'm gonna talk to my landlord to see if he can evict her. Wish me luck, everybody.
OP, as you said, she made those decisions by herself. And if I were you, I would definitely get a draft copy of the eviction notice, print it out, have it delivered to her by courier where she has to sign it. This gives you proof that she did, in fact, receive the notice. Or you can just go to Home Depot, grab some garbage bags, pack her shit, throw it out of the house, change the locks, and go no contact. If she has nowhere to go, then she can live with the affair partner. And now for today's second story. I always said that if our kids started to really notice our arguing, that would be the end of the line for me. And yet, I still can't grow a pair and separate. Posted by Reddit user I work here.
Long post, sorry. My husband and I have been married for 6 years, together for 9, and we have 2 kids 3 and 5. Our marriage has been steadily declining since becoming parents and has become particularly bad over the last 2 years. We just wrapped up a year of marriage counseling and are now both doing individual counseling to see if maybe that will yield better results, as we didn't feel we were getting anywhere in the marriage counseling. Back in October, I told my husband I was done and I wanted to separate. He is emotionally immature and hates talking about anything. He'd be happy never having to engage in a thoughtful or deep conversation ever again. He refuses to listen to my needs and regularly invalidates my feeling. He does not manage his stress well. He doesn't keep his word or promises half the time and is not reliable unless I constantly remind him about what he said he would do. Sometimes I think he agrees to things to avoid having any conversation, and then either forgets or never really intended to do what he agreed to. This led to a major crisis for me where for a while I thought I was going crazy, like maybe I was imagining that we had made a decision or agreement about something. Whenever we are in a stressful situation, he gets mean and will blame me rather than taking any accountability or attempting to work as a team. His go-to is always to personally attack me in a conversation and never work through it. I never hurl insults, yell, or swear. Ever. He has struggled on and off with drinking problems and is a heavy marijuana user. He disrespects our home, like might break something accidentally, or make a mess and just leave it there forever. There are holes in the walls he's made and never fixed. Our basement is ruined from his smoking habits, like blowing his pipe to clear it out. It splatters on the wall, and he just leaves it there, making a mess of the toilet and leaving it there, which grosses the kids out, harasses me about the grocery bill, and then binge eats everything himself. Dirty dishes and trash in his areas of the house. These are just a few of the issues wearing me down. I wrote him a long letter, which he was extremely rude as I was reading it, but ended up coming back and convinced me the reason our marriage was failing was due to our circumstances. We live in a rural area. He works from home and I work opposite shifts, so we spend a lot of time all cooped up together. We are very isolated and living apart from friends and family, very stressed financially. Cars breaking down, getting swallowed by debt, problems with our house, dealing with depression and anxiety. He said he felt like if we could start addressing these things, our marriage would improve, and so I agreed to keep trying. Well, unfortunately, things haven't improved at all. I've picked up a second job, so I'm more burnt out than ever doing all the childcare during the day plus 2 jobs. He's making very small attempts at finding a better job that would move us closer to family. He has a much higher earning potential than I do currently. We are now at the point where every conversation we have is an argument, regardless of the topic or the intent going into the conversation. I always said if the marriage started negatively impacting our kids, that would be the final straw. Well, this week our 5-year-old has been making comments about our arguing. They've asked why we argue so much, been visibly angry and upset about our arguing, lashed out after witnessing us argue, has become hostile towards my husband and calling him bad and wanting to blame him for things which I correct every time. I never encourage this or try to pin him as the bad guy to the kids, but he has even started trying to turn them against me during certain arguments, even though I never do that. Why don't I have the strength to leave this situation? My fear of what my life and my kids' lives would be like is overwhelming and completely crippling. Right now they are with me all the time. I have complete freedom to parent and raise them how I want, and I'm able to be home with them during the day making memories. I absolutely love being home with them during the week, even if I'm exhausted working nights and weekends. They have pets they love, beautiful bedrooms I worked hard to design for them that they love. They spend hours every day outside playing and being kids. My husband does help with certain things like the lawn and dishes and is a great cook, makes dinner every night. He's been loyal to the marriage, no cheating, no physical abuse. He is good with the kids and usually involved when he's around. If we separate, I have major concerns that we won't be able to live close to each other due to the area we are in and that the kids would be driving hours between our 2 homes. They are used to us all being together all the time due to him working from home. I'm worried they would be traumatized or blame me for breaking up our family. I am terrified the grass won't be greener and that the kids won't have 2 happy, stable households but instead just 2 stressed out, struggling households they will be commuting between. It's not getting better, but I'm afraid divorce would just make everything worse in a different way.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, OP. Your husband sounds fucking terrible. But if you are still willing to work it out,
why are you still here?
Then the change must come from him, not you. Have a very serious conversation with him and go back to marriage counseling. If he still doesn't change, then at least you try. You may want to consider divorce at that point. Good luck. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.